days after President Obama ordered the intelligence community to investigate Russian influence in the U.S. election, that all of a sudden Peter Strzok and Lisa Page had their text messages go dark and become unavailable. And then you have to believe that that 6-month period of darkness leads us right up until the day that Robert Mueller is hired. So their text messages when Comey was fired, we can't see them. Their text messages when the president was making the claims about being wiretapped by the government and Comey testifying before Congress that there was no such wiretapping, we don't get to see their messages then. So I just think that that would be the coincidence of all coincidences. I don't buy it at all. Some technology experts I've spoken with have said absolutely you can retrieve these text messages.
I know this for a fact. Well, where are those phones? Number one, who's in possession of them? Number two, and have they forensically been tested? Number three, because forensically they should be able to bring them back up. It took 2 years to get the Lois Lerner IRS emails back up, but we got them. And from everything I've heard, we've even recovered most, if not all, the 33,000 bleach bit acid wash Hillary Clinton emails. So we do have the ability to get them, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just preposterous to suggest that we can't get this information, and that's why the Congress has to utilize its full subpoena power if necessary to see that it happens. But before we get to my other colleagues who are on the line, I mean, we've just got to correct some of the things that Adam Schiff said in your last clip. He said that Republicans only wanted the memo released and were fighting against the release of underlying documentation. That is a lie. In the second line of the second paragraph of the letter that I sent to Devin Nunes, signed by 65 Republicans, we say that we not only are calling for the release of the memo, we're calling for the release of the information that supports those factual claims. And by the way, the reason that is in our letter is because Lee Zeldin demanded it. Lee Zeldin said, look, we don't want just a list of conclusions. We want to be able to show the American people the evidence, because what this will unlock will shake the consciousness of this country, Sean.
Congressman Zeldin, what did you think about what Congressman Gaetz just said?
Well, absolutely right what Matt just said. It is so important that in addition to releasing the memo, that we also release the relevant material that is sourced in the memo. And some of the information is possible that maybe some might not want to release because it might be embarrassing or damning. They might say that it would be revealing good sources and methods. Well, I don't have any issue at all with revealing anything that is showing bad sources and methods, and just because it might embarrass someone or be damning is no reason for us not to reveal it. It would play right into Adam Schiff's narrative and the liberal media and those who are trying to take out President Trump if you just release the memo and we aren't continuing to call for all the underlying source material. Now, I know that Chairman Nunes, Chairman Goodlatte, Chairman Gowdy, they have been meeting, working on next steps for these next few days. They are going to do a great job. I'm confident of it. The American public wants to see the memo. We also have to make sure, in addition to calling for the release of the memo, that we're also calling for the release of the relevant source material that we can get released, so that people are seeing not just the memo itself, but the underlying source info. As far as the text messages, color me skeptical that these are even lost. They may be damaging, they may be damning. I don't believe that they're lost. I agree with Congressman Gaetz. That's going to be important that Congress uses subpoena power. I believe that we do need a forensic exam conducted of these phones to try to retrieve this information if it is actually lost, which, again, I'm highly skeptical of. But at the end of the day, this is information that I would imagine is not being released because it is damning and damaging, not as much so the argument being provided to us that the information is lost. It's hard to believe.
All right, Congressman Hill, I want to get your take on this memo and release the memo and find the text is what I'm putting out there, hashtags on Twitter and talking about on radio and TV. I did notice this weekend that you had retweeted me. What's your take on all of it? You went over there to see it.
Well, thanks for having me on. I thank my colleagues for being on the front lines of this debate. It should be made public. And I'd like to say that Devin Nunes and the Intelligence Committee has worked for months to craft this memo. I think they've been very careful, and contrary to what Adam Schiff said, about how to design and provide this information to members. And remember, this information is available to members on both sides of the Capitol politically. The Democrats have just not chosen to go down and study it. What I steps to have to take, and my constituents have consistently asked me, how do you release this material? How is it declassified? And so I know Devin Nunes has briefed the Republican conference on that committee process, and then the opportunity for the executive branch, the President of the United States, to review the material to make sure that it's appropriate for declassification, that it doesn't reveal sources and methods that are important to our national security. But I want to see that done in an expeditious manner.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll continue. 800-941-SEAN is our toll